Okay, this video is called. Okay, my name is William. Okay, this video is called "What Does the Bible Say About Wildfires?" Okay, now I want to talk. Why am I talking about wildfires now? It's because, well, these evolutionists they think wildfires is a result of climate change. Global warming or yeah. Well, they also call it global warming or runaway greenhouse effect. This thing. I don't know what they're believing in. I don't even much. I think my guess is that I think my guess. I don't know. I know we had an ice age during the global flood, but I think these evolutionists are believing that we're gonna have a fire age. Yeah, and now I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm thinking. I think they're believing that we're gonna have a fire age, and this is not good. And now this fire age crap is false. Okay, I don't believe we're gonna have a fire age. Now, now I don't even. Now I do believe there's gonna be a wrath poured out by fire and brimstone, but that's only gonna be for 3.5 years. And for 3.5 years, I won't result that it's a fire age because that's only for 3.5 years. Now, I know that's a long time for fire and brimstone of God's wrath being poured out with the 7 trumpets and 7 vials. But so why those wildfires? And why if you want to believe, see, if you want to know, if you want to see, so you want if you want to know why there's if you want to know my answer why there's wildfires in my home state California. Well, first of all, the wildfires are so far away from my home city Ontario. Okay, and I live in the Inland Empire, so well, first of all, I live in the city of Ontario, okay, and the wildfires are so far away from my home city Ontario, okay, and the city of Ontario is part of the Inland Empire, okay, it's also part of San Bernardino County, and you know, and don't worry, I believe Ontario, California is probably pretty normal anyway. That's what I heard anyway. So, I think I'm fine right now. But I want to show you why I believe that climate change is not a result of is just. But I want to show you why I believe climate change is a hoax. Okay, and I believe it's God that's putting wildfires in some cities in California. Okay, in the summertime and probably in the fall, and maybe spring. I don't know, but that's what I believe. Okay, is God making now? Do I believe God is making the planet hotter? He could be making the planet hotter. I don't know that for sure. I believe so. It could happen, but yeah. But I just don't believe in this climate change crap. I believe this climate change is a hoax because I believe this climate change has to do with evolution, and evolution is false anyway. And since evolution is false, we need to expose this climate change crap just to as false as it is. So is creation very good in the face of climate change? And I'm not gonna. You can watch the video right here if you want to, but I'm just gonna read the article right here. Now, we call the creation very good in the face of climate change. That is a question with Inco theologian, Presbyterian minister, Dr. Nitty Asteo recent article. She describes that the challenges our world will face: food shortages, wildfires, heat waves, coastal flooding, and poverty. If climate change continues, then writes this impending reality changes and understanding of creation is good, but she does have the correct view of what very good means in the first place. Dr. Studio, who hardly believes that climate change is caused by humans, that will be devastating for life on Earth. Now, climate change is real. We can observe that climate change, but as much as climate change science is driven by representation of the past, you see if approach of evidence is the evolutionary worldview of the idea that climates remain stable since the Ice Age. Well, I know the evolutionary worldview believes the Ice Age was about 12,000 years ago. But yeah, it's just false anyway. You wouldn't pretend the small changes in our climate today, but the modern activity has been likely extrapolate into these huge changes for the environment. But believers must start a history of God's Word, and the history tells us something different. Dr. Estrudio will well pay heed to the history she writes. If human presents that the Genesis writer declared God's creation is very good, how can I hold findings of report alongside my statement of faith in humanity? First of all, it wasn't human presence that made creation very good. Although humans uniquely made in this image and political of his creation, if it's only a 6th day the land animals the men were made that God will grow the creation very good. Genesis 31. The 6th day, God tells God that everything he had made was very good. Well, Genesis chapter 1, and the end of each day, except in day 2. God looks at what he had made, declares it good. All of the complete creation was very good in the beginning. But at all that change, something Dr. Studio never mentions. When Adam and Eve rebelled against God, the creation was broken. It was no longer very good, and that includes the climate. As Romans describes, the creation today groans because of sin. It's a fallen creation. Then the global flood of Noah's day, about 4,300 years ago, radically changed the climate, resulting in the post-flood ice age. Shortly thereafter, the Earth had been slowly slowing down since the catastrophic event. So the biblical perspective changes that the climate is warming and not necessarily directly caused by man's activities, such as changes have been going on since the flood. Dr. Estrudio appears claiming that God's creation no longer very good because reason human caused climate change, but it's the truth of God's creation. Claiming that climate is no longer very good because man sinned 6,000 years ago. It's our sin is responsible for creation's brokenness. We should strive to protect our planet and care of it. As believers, we can look forward to a day we have a new heavens and a new earth, and that will not be affected by sin. What a glorious day that will be. Yeah, that will be something. Get more Answers and Answers News. This item is contained on Answers News. Regarding Dr. Georgia Fordham and Baldy Hodge. I'm thinking of Avery Foley, an AG writer. Answers News. This is twice of Legally News. We're going to live a studio audience, and you're at the Creation Museum. The broadcast on my Facebook page. The answers in Genesis Facebook page. We discuss the following topics. Okay, so the belly fat plays a role of fighting infections. De-extinction. Scientists are trying to bring back species back from the dead. So polls said 185 million-year-old mammal relative found with 38 babies and more. Yeah, I know this is what evolutionists believe. I'll talk more about that later. But I want to talk about be sure to join each Monday and Thursday at 2 p.m. on my Facebook page or into Genesis Facebook page on Answer News. You won't miss this unique news program. Gives science and culture news, biblical Christian perspective. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for praying. Ken. This item was assistance of AIT's research team. Yeah, you can still watch Message in Genesis. Just don't believe in their works salvation. That's all. Because I know I believe the Bible. I know I forgot to do is I forgot to get on them. Okay. All right, let's go read one more. Okay, this right here. Are California's wildfires a sign of the last days? Well, that's a good question. It is true that we are in the last days, but when do I believe the tribulation will come? My answer is that I don't know that answer. The tribulation could come either in this century, but I do doubt it since we don't know. I don't see any signs of the tribulation coming this century. The tribulation could come in the 22nd, could come in the next century, in the 22nd century. But the problem is that, in the year of 2100, if the tribulation comes in the year 2100, and I'm still alive by then, I'll probably be very old. I'll be 106. Well, the problem is, okay, I'll be 106 years old in the year of 2100. But right now, I'm 27 years old. I'll be 106 years old in the year of 2100. And I know that's a long time from now, but I'm just saying. Now the tribulation could also come in the next. Now, if it doesn't, well, the tribulation could also come in the next millennium. So we just don't know yet. But I don't know. But I only don't know if English will still be around. Well, the problem is that if the tribulation comes, during the next millennium, we won't have that many languages left. I think. Our languages probably will, I think English will be the only language left if the tribulation comes in the next millennium. But we don't know that for sure, so. Well. Well, I know I'm just saying that because English is the universal language. Some people think that. I do believe that's English. I know some people will think it's Mandarin, but no, Mandarin is going to be declining because of the but that language is going to be shrinking because of the declining population in China, and I'll talk about that in another video. That's why. But so that to me, I believe it. To me, I believe it's English. Okay. That's my answer. It could be another language. I don't know, but I believe it's just English. Okay. Well, let's go read about are California's wildfires a sign of the last days? I believe it's one of them. I don't think it's everything. So right here it says videos of photos addressing wildfires sweeping in a large swaths of California and at a massive plan about outages to prevent sparking new dune line subsequent fires. And there are forced evacuations of thousands from homes, hospital beds. Yeah, I want to show you why wildfires prove the Bible. Okay, and not evolution. Not this climate change that is a hoax. That is, I believe, is a hoax anyway. But let's keep reading. It's not a dystopian film. Okay, dystopian film. Some horrible future. In fact, there are millions of seeking television every day, as both Northern California and Southern California are both of intense wildfires, some driven high winds. So far, we're happy to report that the amazing facts of national headquarters and Granite Bay, California, outside of Sacramento, is nowhere near any danger zones. According to the New York Times, a brush fire that broke out early Monday morning on the western side of Los Angeles quickly consumed 600 acres, created gridlock on 405 on nation's busiest highway on mandatory evacuations, but no fatalities reported by mid-afternoon. They known of the Gridley fire. Force officials and interchanges of the 405 mid-morning off ramps through Civilians Pass where fire started were closed. Disaster movie chaos. Serbia has seen northern part of the state. U.S. Tony reported. This is blue skies of tourist traffic. San Francisco doing its best to appear normal, but the closing look reveals of the chaos more typical of the Hollywood disaster movie. This is the setting of the Napa County. Refugees of the another fire threatening of the found refuge. Almost certainly most of the from Calistoga, which is under the advisory evacuation. Spent the night of the Napa's country's 3 shelters Sunday night. Come Monday, they're deciding whether or not to extend their stays. Forecasted winds evaluate their virus again Tuesdays. It's again Tuesday night. The spread of the wildfires in eastern Sonoma County could spread quickly toward Calistoga and Napa County. Even basketball legend LeBron James had to seek shelter from fires path near Los Angeles. And other residents on the west side of Los Angeles in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood also had to evacuate. Writing at the CNN's website, Tess Taylor and Berkeley, California said years ago, I might have thought October as a month shopping for pumpkins and Halloween gear this year, but tentatively check our something of air mask, Cane's chili. Check out emergency relations we call an apocalypse box. It's not really really a joke. We live at a down in a refinery. We have elaborate plans how to get out of a wrong spark. Blew our way, and even something like this. I remember how during the past 2 years we reported the mist of smoke. So what on earth is happening? It is a prelude that God is releasing the four winds of strife spoken in Revelation chapter 7 verse 1. After these things I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, on the sea up, on any tree. These are little doubt of serious problems that rise throughout of the earth. Although discourse of Jesus also named the nuke of the place of the Olives in Jerusalem, the same to speak of the time of there are great earthquakes in various places, famines, pestilence, fearful sights, and great signs from heaven. Luke 21 verse 11 are the massive fires sweeping across not only California, but also the Amazon rainforest in Brazil and Australia. Part of these fearful sights. There might be, but we're not at the end just yet. For one thing, Jesus said, of the day no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, but my Father only. 26, yeah, of course, no one knows when the rapture comes, but we know it's after the tribulation. Also, another events of the religions of the landscape have yet to take place. However, such disasters and implemented of what religion points to as a system of the Antichrist power. What is true, the Antichrist will come and start ruling the planet for 3.5 years. I'll talk about that in another video since I'm trying to focus about wildfires. I'll talk about the tribulation in another video. Okay, Pastor Doug Batchelor says about the rise in natural disasters in relation to the end of times. Isaiah said the earth waxing old like garment. This the whole planet new is bearing is the burden is 6,000 years of sins is without a convulsing waiting for the road of deliverance. Not the only sin against God's plan for our bodies, sin against God's plans for the planet. So you are seeing the morals of the world convulsion taking place, and you're seeing in the weather of the planet of the convulsion that's playing itself into a big natural disasters. Okay, into a spike of natural disasters. We're seeing, understand what the Bible says about the rise of natural disasters and to fit the prophetic scheme of things. Right out of our website, BibleProphecyTruth.com. It will give you insights what you need to understand today's events, what they mean for tomorrow. Okay, and that's is there a Bible verse about wildfires? No. Even if I did click search, it probably won't tell me anything. Okay, well, it's not going to show me anything. Okay, that's fine. Well, but I want to see what I want to just try true why I believe that wildfires prove the Bible and not evolution, and I try to be King James only. Okay, And I want to show you how to get saved, so you can read the Bible here, okay? The point of evolution is to damn souls to hell. When you go to heaven, believe on Lord Jesus Christ. Salvation is by faith alone, and grace alone, in Jesus Christ alone. And once you know you're saved, by easy beliefs in Him is the truth. Okay. Well, okay. Well, and what I mean by that is that you can't lose your salvation once it's saved forever. And also easy believers, meaning that you can't that salvation is easy. I'm doing this believe in Jesus Christ for salvation. And now I want to show you what we're doing next video. It's about well, it's called what it's about. It's about hurricanes. And I'll talk about that next video. Okay? Well, alright. Anyway. I gotta go right now. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.